I know about the fourth one. The progressive push to tax the rich is moving into the national spotlight. A new campaign called Tax the Greedy Billionaires is calling on candidates to embrace a federal wealth tax ahead of the midterms, including a proposal for a 5% tax on net worth above not billions, but 50 million, and a 10% tax above 250 million of net worth. And they threw the word greedy in there, Mike. That's the new word here. It's tax the greedy billionaires. Are you necessarily greedy because you made $1 billion?
No, not the whole thing's ridiculous, and I want to say it will never work, but be careful. But the idea of taking people work for their money, then you take it and redistribute it? Is that the plan, or put it into waste it, some sort of fraudulent payments to elected politicians? I want to say it goes against everything this country was built on, everything the country stands for, and people aren't going to vote for it. But there's a big group of people out there who, the greedy billionaires, the bad people who are successful. I think the story to counteract this starts with things like the Trump accounts, where everybody has an opportunity to become a millionaire. That's what this country's about, whether you were born here or whether you came here legally. You have an opportunity to be super successful in the United States of America. And when you are, you get to decide what you do with your money. You don't want a politician coming and taking 5 or 10 or 1% of your money away.
Why do you think this, Mike's right that this greedy billionaires tax them thing does pull well in a lot of places. Why do you think that is? Why is that so attractive to some people to say, you've got $1 billion and I resent that?
I think people are angry, but I think it's also the product of years of degradation of school, not teaching people about capitalism and about socialism and what the consequences are. And also not teaching people about the U.S. Constitution, because one debate that's happening in legal circles is reminding everyone that a national wealth tax, which is what this is very likely in violation of Article 1 of the Constitution, where it says if you're going to have some type of tax like this, it has to be apportioned among the states. You can't do it at the federal level. So it likely wouldn't survive. But to Mike's point, the Democrats don't care about that. It reminds me of the student loan promise. You take out all this debt and we're just going to cancel it and wipe it away. And then that didn't happen. Why? Because it's unconstitutional. And it feels like that whole promise reincarnated yet again. And they're hoping that people don't remember that they weren't able to deliver it the first time around, and maybe they'll be able to do it this time around. I don't know why they don't remember that the promise was broken, but Democrats seem to be banking on that no one's going to remember.
Well, the beauty of not teaching people history is you can't remember what happened last time. You think everything's new under the sun. Why haven't we taxed billionaires before? Why haven't we raised taxes on the wealthy? You see what happens. If you don't know that we've tried that and it's failed, this sounds like a really cool idea.
Right. And people are falling into a trap where laziness is winning. It's easier for them to take your money and give it, and redistribute it, give it to everybody else, to kind of, they soothe themselves with the argument that that is a better thing to do than the old pull yourself up by your bootstraps and work hard. To your point, this is the land of opportunity. That's why immigrants come here legally, to have the opportunity to work hard, build a life, have a family, support that family, et cetera, et cetera. But the system on the left has torn down so many of these tenets, and they keep doing it. They keep chipping away at it slowly but surely. So open borders, all the stuff that they've tried, energy, climate change, the hoaxes. But now they want to try with this, whether, to Lydia's point, it succeeds or doesn't succeed on a legislative basis, doesn't even matter to them. Just getting the narrative out there, getting people more angry, riling them up, egging them on is what they want to do to drum up the business, to get more of their people in office until they have the ability to then pass legislation along these lines. Now, that may be way down the line, but the more people you drum up on your side for this, the
Right.
more chance you have in time of being able to do it. And that's why I caution people that this slowly chipping away, this erosion that's occurring, like people say, oh, we have checks and balances here. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. That legislation can't pass. But the chipping away is so important because over time you get to a place where it does pass.
Yeah, and they want to get rid of those checks and balances. That's their explicit plan, actually. Okay, I'm pivoting with you now because I want to ask you about the Mediterranean Chipotle.
What? Mediterranean.
Cava.
Cava. Let's do it.
Cava.
Okay. Morgan Stanley goes to an overweight from an equal weight. They go up to $90 a share from $86. Basically seeing high customer loyalty and traffic growth. Morgan Stanley says it is overvalued. I think it's trading at like 44 times EBITDA. But they say it's one of the strongest fundamental stories in restaurants. I have to say, I haven't been to Cava in a while, can get a little pricey, but when I go, it's been delicious. You guys fans?
My kids are. I've never been, but there's a lot of Cava coming into the Murphy household on a regular basis.
And that's,
Jackie.
is it sustainable?
Hummus?
I went once. I didn't love it. You told me to try it again. I never did. So I really can't weigh in on the debate until I do that.
I've never tried.
What?
You know, I hate spending money on food, and I don't like trying new things, so I just go back to the places I've already been. So I'll go to Chipotle over trying Cava.
Here's the other problem with Cava.
What's
They
that?
use a lot of seed oils.
Endocrine disruptors.
Exactly. So your omega-6s are through the roof from inflammatory.
What channel are we on right now?
I know. We're on the Maha Health channel. But this was as other companies have come out and promised, if I'm say that it's hummus, I'm going to use chickpeas, not sesame oil or what's another bad oil? Avocado oil is pretty good, but another like sort of bad oil that causes inflammation. And I think a lot of people, soybean oil, they're looking at this and saying, if you're using these seed oils, I don't want to do it.
So to bring it back to Fox Business, from an investment standpoint, people watching this,
Oh,
there's so many great growth stories in the market right now. I don't know if Cava is one of them.
Okay.
For me, it's not.
Chef Boyardee, thank you very much.